So we're going to talk a little bit about loading the custom quotes for the watch list. And the first thing I want to say is that there is no clean way that I know of for capturing a link of a watch list and having it pick up all of the custom quotes in the watch list. The only way that I've been able to figure out how to do it is to load each custom quote and then after they're loaded, apply them to the watch list. So it's kind of a pain, but it doesn't take very long, but you have to do them one by one by one by one. And the process is the same for all of them. Basically, you go to your links page, you capture the link that you're interested in loading. Do a Control-C on this guy. Put this away. And then you go to the little gear in the upper right-hand corner and select it. Say Open Shared Item. Put it in there and do a Control-V. Then you hit Preview. Loads up. So normally it would tell you in here what the what your link should be, but as it turns out, you can only handle, TOS only will let you capture or have on hand 100 custom quote scripts at any one time. And with all the stuff that I've done, I've way exceeded my limit. So what I've done is I've gone out and I've created a bunch of scratches. I've deleted some quotes, and that's what we're going to be loading. So I'm going to come down here to, it says replace %1M with whatever. No, I'm not going to replace %1M. I'm going to replace one of my links that I can play with. I got some down here just called Scratch. And then for the name, the name of the quote that we have in here is IC underscore % WGF 3M. So I'm not going to put the IC in front of it because one, it makes the name too long, and two, it turns out that when you're looking at the custom quotes, you want to capture something that's up in the beginning. So I like to have just a few letters that I need to look at, and it turns out this IC % is way too long. So the name that we're going to use is going to be is %WGF -3M underscore 2022 0111. So the year it was done, date, month. And that's it. Just hit import. And it says, well, it already exists. That's true, because we're going to overwrite it. I don't care. And then the next step in the process is to come over to the watch list, hit the little gear inside the watch list, customize, over to this columns and select custom quotes, and then go down here when it says find where it says WGM, %WGM 22220111. And that's it. If you double click, it'll put it in over here. And we're going to move it up here to the top of the, right there is where I put it. Move it down just a tick. So WK %, MOS, weighted gain factor 3 months, done. And then you can adjust the size of this thing so that it's over here, and you can see kind of what you got. And that's all you have to do to load those things. Basically, in our case, you're going to end up loading, I don't know, 6 or 8 of them. It'll probably take you about 10 or 15 minutes once you get the hang of it. Anyway, that's all you have to do to create your layouts for your watch list. Now, once they're set and you're happy with what you've got, you can get this thing just ever so slightly tweaked into shape. The next step is to save this whole configuration here as a work group, and the work groups will capture everything that's in the chart plus everything that's in the watch list. And oh, by the way, you can have several watch lists on here if you want. So in my case, typically I would have the watch list that I'm using to search for potential trades, and I would have a secondary watch list probably with all of my current trades in it so that I could have the same kind of setups in there. I would see what's going on. So the way you do that is you come over here to the little gear and you want to save it. You want to say save workspace as, and it turns out my current workspace is I'm using this one here, 114, but just for sake of argument, save workspace as, give it a name. And if you want to make a new one, today is the 26th, I would come over here and I would put in 26, life's good, save it. And now if you go back and look at the work groups you can play with, there's 12622, that's one we just created. So it's very easy to keep track of specific configurations of work groups and watch lists if you do something like that. Anyway, that is it for this video.